Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Elder, and I'm here to read you a story about going to the hospital because one of my friends, Kyler, his sister is going to the hospital, and I know that Kyler would love to be able to read this story while he's there visiting. So this is a story about Franklin the turtle and his trip to the hospital. And we're going to read all about Franklin and his trip to the hospital. Are you ready? Here we go. Franklin sometimes had colds and tummy aches, and every now and then he got cuts and bruises. He went to the doctor for regular checkups, and once the doctor came to Franklin's house. But until now, Franklin had never been to the hospital. Have some of you boys and girls been to the hospital before? Franklin and his friends were playing soccer. The ball was kicked to Franklin, and it hit him hard in the chest. "Oomph!" he groaned, and he kept playing. That night at bath time, Franklin said, "Ow!" when he dried his tummy. His mom took a closer look. She said, "We'll have to go to the doctor first thing tomorrow." I think that's happened to some of you boys and girls when you've been playing soccer or another sport, and you might have got hurt and had to go to the doctor. With gentle fingers, Dr. Bear poked and prodded Franklin's shell. She discovered a small crack. "It isn't serious, Franklin," she said, "but I have to put a pin in your shell to help it grow properly. I'll schedule an operation for you tomorrow morning at the hospital." "Will it hurt?" said Franklin. "We'll give you sleep medicine before the operation so you won't feel a thing," replied Dr. Bear. "When you wake up, you'll be a little sore, but we'll keep you in the hospital overnight to make sure that you're okay." Dr. Bear explained the operation can only be done when a patient has an empty tummy, so she told Franklin not to eat or drink after bedtime that night. Franklin didn't mind. His tummy was too busy flip-flopping for him to think about eating. After school, Franklin's friends came to visit. Franklin showed them the book about hospitals that Dr. Bear had given him. Fox pointed to the picture and asked why everyone was wearing a mask. "Masks keep germs out of the operating room," explained Franklin. "Are you scared?" asked Beaver. "Of course he's not scared," replied Bear. "Franklin's very brave." Franklin didn't say anything. "I'm not sure if he's brave. I think he's a little scared." It was early when Franklin and his parents left for the hospital. With his blue blanket and Sam clutched under his arms, Franklin said goodbye to his room. Franklin's mother gave him a hug. "You'll be home tomorrow," she reminded him. "I know," Franklin said softly. "You're a very brave little turtle," said his father. And Franklin is very brave, and there he is with his blue blanket. At the hospital, Franklin was given a bracelet with his name on it. Then an attendant pushed him down a long hallway in a wheelchair. Franklin stared at all the strange equipment on the carts and the trolleys, and he wrinkled his nose at the unfamiliar smells. And as they went around corners and through doors, Franklin kept checking to make sure that his parents were keeping up. At last they reached Franklin's room. A nurse gave Franklin a special gown to wear. She took his temperature and his blood pressure and listened to his heart. Next she rubbed some cream on his hand. "This will numb your hand," she told him. "Then it won't hurt when the doctor puts in the needle for your sleep medicine." "Okay," said Franklin in a small voice. "You're a very brave patient," said the nurse. And that's what's going to happen to Brienne when she goes to the hospital. Soon the attendant came to take Franklin to another room. Dr. Bear was waiting for him. "We're going to take some x-rays," she said. "I need to know exactly where to put the pin." "I don't want x-rays," said Franklin. "X-rays don't hurt," said Dr. Bear. "The machine only takes pictures of what's inside you." "I know," said Franklin. And he started to cry. Oh, poor Franklin, he's scared. Dr. Bear sat down beside Franklin. "Please tell me what's wrong," she said. Franklin sniffled. "Everyone thinks I'm brave, but I was just pretending. X-rays will show inside. I'm scared." "Oh, Franklin," said Dr. Bear, "an X-ray doesn't show feelings. It only shows shells and bones." "You mean no one will know I'm afraid?" Franklin whispered. "No one," said Dr. Bear. "But just because you're afraid doesn't mean you aren't brave. Being brave means doing what you have to do, no matter how scared you feel." And there's Franklin. Franklin thought for a few moments. "Well, I'm scared to have the operation," he said, "but I know I have to so my shell will grow big and strong." And there he is in front of the X-ray machine. Dr. Bear smiled. "That's what being brave is all about." Franklin let out a very deep sigh. "I'm ready now," he said. When the X-rays were done, Franklin was taken to the waiting room. "We aren't allowed in the operating room," Franklin said to his father. "But we'll be with you in the recovery room when you wake up," his mother promised. Soon Dr. Bear came to get Franklin. His mother and father kissed him and waved as he went through the doors. In the operating room, Franklin said hello to the other doctors and nurses. Dr. Bear put stickers on Franklin's chest and explained that this was how they would watch his breathing and his heartbeat during the operation. Then Dr. Raccoon put the needle in for the sleep medicine in Franklin's hand. It didn't hurt at all. When that was done, he asked Franklin to count backwards from 100. "But I can only count backwards from 10, Franklin said. "That will be fine," said Dr. Bear. 10, 9, 8, and that's as far as Franklin got. "Wake up, Franklin!" called a faraway voice. But Franklin didn't want to wake up. In his dream he was scoring the winning goal. "Wake up now, Franklin," said his mother. Slowly Franklin opened his eyes. He saw his parents and Dr. Bear, and then he remembered. "But I haven't finished counting," he said in a very wobbly voice. "But I've finished operating," said Dr. Bear with a laugh. Two hours later, Franklin was back in his hospital room. He walked slowly to the mirror and looked at his bandages. "I guess it'll be a while before I can play soccer again," he sighed. "Dr. Bear thinks that you'll heal very quickly," said Franklin's father. "She also said that you're a very excellent patient," added his mother, and Franklin smiled. And there's a picture of Franklin. That night, after Franklin's parents had gone home, Dr. Bear came to see him. "I have something to show you, Franklin," she said as she held up his X-ray. "Is that me?" Franklin asked. Dr. Bear nodded. "That's you. You are brave through and through." I know that anyone who goes to the doctor or to the hospital is very, very brave. So, Brienne, I know that you'll be very brave when you're at the hospital, and Kyler will be waiting there just for you when you come out. Bye, everyone.